Hey guys, it's your favorite person with Parkinson's. That's right, Jeremy, this guy. All right, well, today I'm going to talk with you about something that's definitely an invisible part of Parkinson's, and that's what I call, or I guess everybody calls it, slow thinking. You know how when you start to move slow when you have Parkinson's? Well, your brain can slow down too. Now, everybody's different. Some people have more or less, their function doesn't change that much, but generally, from what I've understood and what I've heard from talking to a lot of my fellow people with Parkinson's, is that's one of the things that I get a lot of feedback on, or that I see a lot of talk about, is your brain just doesn't work as fast as it used to. An example of this could be multitasking. Like in the morning, I get up before I take my meds. I'm slow and stiff. My son's blah, 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 blah. When I'm trying to flip an egg or put a bagel in the toaster for him, it's hard for me to listen to him and then do the task of putting the bagel in the toaster. My dog's around here somewhere. Maggie, come here, Maggie. You can't see her, but she's down here. She's so cute. But that's one of the things that you gonna come up and see me? Come up and see Daddy. Oh, come here. Come here. Come here. There's my puppy. There's my puppy. She's so sweet. I'm go outside. I'm go outside. I'll be right back. Come back. Let's go outside. All right. Well, I shall leave that bit in for realism. She's something. She's the regal beagle, we call her. Okay. So where was I? Let me get my brain spinning. Okay. I'm talking about putting the bagels in the toaster. All right. My son's talking a mile a minute. I can't process what he's saying clearly enough while I'm trying to do another task. I can hear him, I can understand him, but to respond to him while I'm doing something else is very difficult. He doesn't get it, so he just keeps on blah, 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 blabbing away, which is fine because that's what kids do. That's one example of slow thinking. Another way to put it would be, when you're on an old computer or your internet starts going slow and you get frustrated and you want to throw it out the window. My wife will do that. She'll be working from home. She'll be like, Jeremy, the computer's not running right. I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? And she's like, I just want to complain. I'm like, okay, I get it. So do I. That's kind of how your brain is. Your CPU starts slowing down, or your processing speed drops. Now, some people have memory problems. I wouldn't say that I have memory problems per se, but here's another example of something that happened to me just yesterday. I'd been up for a while. I guess I got up around 7:30, and around 11:30 we went to the store. So I'm on the low end of my CPU processing speed. So we're going to the grocery store. We get all the food. I'm pretty tired. I get in the car. A song starts playing on the radio. Well, I used to play in a cover band, and we did several cover bands, actually. We would just do popular songs. And I think it was a Weezer song. I think it was that song Beverly Hills. And I told my wife, I was like, I'm really surprised we never did this song in the band. She goes, you did do this song. And I was like, wait a minute. And my brain slowly started to process it. And I suddenly remembered, oh yeah, we did this in my very first band. And this lasted about 2 or 3 gigs because nobody liked it. So that's another example of the slow memory. It wasn't that the memory wasn't up there. It just took me a minute to access it. Sometimes I can be that way with names, unless I've known you for a real long time. I'm terrible with kids' names, unless, like I said, I'm a relative or I've known you a long time. I've always kind of been like that. I'm more of a facial guy than a name person, but that could be PD. And then here's one more example, and this was actually kind of embarrassing. I was on my pills at the time. I should say the medication does speed up your brain and enables you to think quicker and multitask. Okay, my neighbors up the street had recently got a dog, a puppy. And I went up to him and I said, I was driving by in my car. I said, oh, nice, you guys finally got a dog. And the neighbor looked at me like, what do you mean finally got a dog? Their old dog had passed away a couple months previous. I felt like an idiot. It was in there, but I probably was nervous talking to hear myself talk. And just out of my mouth came something like, yeah, nice that you finally got a dog. Something like that. And I got a really weird look. And they know I have PD. They might think I have Alzheimer's for all I know. And I got kind of a puzzled look, and she goes, "We've had a dog before." And I was like, "Don't!" So that's another example of slow thinking. I tell my wife, my mind is like a steel trap. It just takes a minute to pry it open. So there you go. There's your Parkinson's 5 minutes or whatever it is for the week. So if you see me and I'm off, or maybe I'm not even off, and you're talking to me and suddenly I maybe get a blank look on my face, maybe it's Parkinson's, and maybe I don't remember what you're talking about. Give me about an extra 2 or 3 seconds to process what you said, and it'll all be fine. It'll all be good. Till next time, peace and love from St. Louis. Go Blues!